It was a quiet Tuesday morning in West Los Angeles, the kind of day where the city wore its usual confidence. Cool air, palm shadows stretching across streets, and Range Rovers gliding past corner taco stands like royalty ignoring their roots. At Prestige Auto Gallery, a luxury car dealership known for catering to the rich, loud, and Instagram famous, the showroom was humming with its typical mechanical arrogance. Glass walls glistened, Ferraris stood on rotating displays, and the scent of expensive cologne lingered longer than customers ever did. Inside, manager Brett Coleman stood like a king in his marble, floored castle. He wore a slim navy suit, slicked back hair, and an attitude as polished as the Bentleys he sold. Brett prided himself on recognizing power when it walked in, but today, power walked in wearing a hoodie and old Converse sneakers. No entourage. No photographers. Just a tall, lanky black man with dreadlocks tucked under a beanie and sunglasses sliding down his nose. Snoop Dogg, legend, entrepreneur, icon, had strolled in Loki, wanting to test the waters of his latest silent investment. He'd recently purchased 51% of Prestige Auto Gallery in a private acquisition, a part of his growing empire aimed at transforming inner-city employment and ownership. But today, he was here in disguise. No announcement, no press, just observation. He wanted to see how the staff treated everyday customers, people who looked like him before the fame. "Yo, nephew," he said softly to a young floor assistant who looked up from polishing a Maybach's chrome grille. "Just trying to browse. Cool if I peep around." The kid hesitated but nodded. "Sure, man. Feel free. If you need anything, let me know." But Brett, from his glass office upstairs, had noticed the interaction. He leaned forward, eyes narrowing. A man in streetwear. In his showroom. Brett tapped the security feed, zoomed in on the figure now admiring a custom, painted Lamborghini. "Unbelievable," he muttered, standing abruptly. Moments later, Brett descended the stairs with the precision of someone who believed he was solving a crisis. He approached Snoop with a fake smile that evaporated as soon as he was within arm's length. "Excuse me, sir. We're a private showroom. You need an appointment to be here." Snoop raised an eyebrow. "Is that right?" "Yes." "This is not a hangout spot," Brett said, gesturing vaguely at the man's appearance. "Our clientele is, well, of a certain level. You understand?" He grinned, sharp and condescending. Snoop smiled slightly, folding his hands behind his back. "And what level would that be?" "The kind that doesn't show up in whatever that is," Brett replied, scanning him like he was looking at a stain on leather. Snoop chuckled under his breath. "So no hoodies allowed in here?" "Look, I don't have time for games. Either show me a proof of income or leave," Brett snapped. That's when the assistant from earlier stepped in. "Hey Brett, I think you should." "I got this, Jordan," Brett interrupted coldly. "Take him out." Security arrived moments later, puzzled but compliant. They escorted Snoop out, though he didn't resist. In fact, he kept smiling. "Appreciate the hospitality, big dog," he said as he passed Brett. Brett rolled his eyes. "Yeah, you're welcome." Snoop didn't say a word more. He just walked across the parking lot, pulled out his phone, and made one simple call. "Yo, it's time. Let's do the reveal." The next morning, the dealership staff arrived to find 2 black SUVs parked outside and a sleek black Rolls-Royce idling at the curb. Photographers were assembling. A few men in tailored suits, all wearing gold lapel pins, were talking to a cameraman setting up a tripod. Brett arrived last, sipping a latte, instantly irritated by the crowd. "What's going on? Who let press in here?" he barked. Corporate announcement, said a suited man confidently. You'll want to be there. Brett straightened his tie. Corporate. Why wasn't I told? You're being told now, the man said with a smirk. Moments later, the doors opened, and in walked Snoop Dogg, not in a hoodie, but in a custom royal blue suit and loafers more expensive than Brett's monthly rent. His dreadlocks were tied neatly, and he wore a wide brim hat like a hip, Hop King returning to claim his throne. The room went silent. Even Brett paled. Good morning, y'all, Snoop said coolly, standing at the center of the showroom. Let's cut to it. As of yesterday, I'm officially the majority owner of Prestige Auto Gallery. This place is under new management. Brett laughed awkwardly. Wet, this is a joke, right? No joke, said the man next to Snoop, his lawyer. Mr. Broaddus completed acquisition last week. Documents are filed. As of now, any previous discriminatory practices, racial profiling, or toxic management are being re-evaluated. Snoop turned to Brett. No, Brett, was it? Brett swallowed. Yes, Mr. Dog. See, yesterday, I walked in here just like any regular dude. Wanted to see how people get treated when they ain't dripping diamonds or flashing money. You failed the test, nephew. Miserably. It was a misunderstanding, Brett stammered. Nah, it was your understanding of people who don't look like money to you. Snoop took off his glasses. But let me educate you on something. Real money don't need to announce itself. Real power moves in silence, like I did. Jordan, the young assistant, stepped forward nervously. Mr. Dog, I'm sorry about yesterday. Don't be, Snoop said, giving him a dap. You did right. You treated me with respect. That's what matters. People like you gonna help me turn this place into something better. Somewhere brothers and sisters can feel welcome, whether they driven up in a phantom or on foot. Brett's jaw clenched. So what now? You firing me? Snoop tilted his head. Tell you what. I believe in second chances, but not without accountability. So I'm demoting you. Jordan here. He's your new manager? What? Brett gasped. It's just a kid. As Snoop stepped closer. A kid with respect, with vision, and with my trust. You, on the other hand, got some learning to do. There was an uproar of claps from the staff. Photographers captured the moment. Jordan stood speechless. Snoop winked. And to everyone watching, remember this, never judge a book by its hoodie. Or you might just miss out on a chapter that changes everything. He turned to the camera crew. Make sure that goes viral. Then to the audience. Y'all watching this. Go ahead and subscribe if you believe respect goes both ways. We turnin' Prestige Auto into a whole new legacy. And it starts with humility. Call to action for viewers. If you believe respect should never depend on appearance, hit that like button and subscribe. Let's rewrite what prestige truly means. Together.